welcome back to Just Paint It. If you saw the last video, between this video and the last one, time lapse wasn't that long. So I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Let's start working on this problem that we had before, where this broke off part of the hair. And I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I worked on it while I was watching the movie. So I didn't want to miss it, so that's what I did when I watched it, and I apologize I didn't record it, but I'm going to explain to you what I did real quick. So that piece broke off right there, that piece of the hair, and you know that the hair curves, so I wanted to give it some kind of stability when I put the putty in there, so the putty doesn't, flop while it's curing or drying. So what I did is I drilled a hole with a vise. This is a little handheld vise, very thin little drill bit on it, and I drilled it by hand, not with a drill, because a drill I think would just destroy this thing. You can't do it too fast. You got to do it really slow, and just get in there to get a good enough bite. All right, I went about maybe half an inch, maybe a little bit more than half an inch in there, and I got a piece of, you can use a paper clip if you don't have copper wire. Alright, this is a little thicker gauge. Alright, I got different gauges for different things that I use, so I don't know what gauge this is, so, but I got this little copper wire in here. Okay, and what I'm going to do now, I already glued it in, so it should be dry, and I did this while I was watching this TV show, and I didn't want to miss it. I want to watch it, so I apologize I didn't record it while I was doing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend it, give it a bend, give it a loop, and then I'm going to mix the two pieces and start sculpting it in. Alright, so like I said, I wanted to give this a little bit of stability, give it the curvature, and then I'll cut it where I want it, and then let me get the cutter ready too for that. Okay, so like I said, I did not want to give this an unstable, because if I started sculpting the putty and the way this thing is curves in, I'm going to keep on trying to follow the curve and then loop it a little bit more at the end. Okay, so this is extra long. I don't want to go too long, but I also don't want to go too short, so I'll cut it back if I have to. I save those little pieces of copper. They always come in handy. I put them on a little cup or a little bucket. Alright. Alright, so let me see. I got a reference picture up here. Let me see how's it going to look if it's close enough. Now Frasetta's loops is pretty hard down, if you go by Frasetta's picture, but by the sculpture or the 3D print, it's not. It's just a gentle loop over. So I think I want to meet these guys halfway. And I think right there where I'm at right now, I think that's good. Okay, so we're going to leave it like that for now. And the tip is bent in a little bit more. My friend said it, so like that. Alright, so I'm going to go with this. See the loop? Okay, it kind of follows the contour a little bit of the hair here and follows right over there. Okay, so now I can start putting putty and working that. Alright. So once again, I'm going to use Magic Sculpt, and I got my little sculpting tools here and stuff. Okay. Leave those there just in case I need them. And I'm going to get the two pieces. I'm not going to need a lot. Just remember, you're getting another half of that to make a. No, I think that's going to be more than enough. If not, you just always get some more. I don't want to waste. Okay. And then what we'll do is this will be part of the third video. This is going to have to cure overnight. So once this cures, then you can sand it and then reprime the tip. Okay, so I might not be showing that part because you guys know how to sand, you guys know how to prime already. So, alright, and I got to do the priming outside anyway, so you're not going to be able to see that. So, alright, so like I said, a time lapse between. I still got my finger with paint. See, on the last video. So I was watching. I stopped recording before and I started watching the show, and then I came. While I was watching the show, I started doing this stuff. I said, all right, let me record it while I'm here. So. So I'm taking a shower after this anyway. So yes, I do take showers. I have to go to work tomorrow morning. Alright, so let's mix this up really good. Alright, and like I said, if we need more, we'll get some more, but I think this is going to be enough. It should be enough. Alright, this is where the hair starts to thin out. Now, when I dropped this and the piece broke, I couldn't find it. I found a little piece, but I got a rug here, so the carpet of death took it away, and I don't know where it is. I searched everywhere for it like 3 or 4 times, on my hands and knees with a little flashlight and everything, and I couldn't find it. So, you know what? I'm just gonna sculpt it. I got tired of looking for it. Watch like 2 months from now, it'll pop up again. I did find a piece that I did lose like about a couple months ago for a model. But it's okay. This stuff happens, guys. So, alright, so I'm going to put a little bit of this safety solvent in a little cup, like we did before when we did the seaming. Alright, so this is safety solvent. If you didn't watch the other video, the safety solvent is made by Aves, and what it does is it smooths out putty. It's Aves or Magic. It works pretty good with Magic Sculpt too. And what I like to do is you blend it together with by wetting this with the tip of the sculpting tool or a brush, medium brush, not too soft, not too hard, and you can brush it in, and it'll give you a better blend, and you don't need to sand as much. Sometimes sanding is going to still need to be done, but alright. So I'm going to take the base out here for now. I want to position her in a way that, there we go, right there. So I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit, give you guys a better view of what I'm doing. And give some elbow room here. Alright, just get a little center there, right there. Alright. So this stuff hardens as you go, but doesn't, not right away. You got time to work with it. Alright. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just plop it in there. Just start sculpting it. What you want to do is you want to make sure you get around it. You're going to thin it out as you go. Obviously, the bottom end is going to be thicker, and then you're going to go thinner. Okay. There we go. It's a little too much what I got in there. It's alright, we'll work it. So I could take some out. As I go. It's too thick still. See, I didn't need a lot. So I'm taking a lot of it out now. About half of it had gone already. See that? I'm going to take some more out too. See, what I'm doing is I'm stretching it towards the front. Okay? And I'm going to pull some out. There you go. Just try to feel where the wire is, so you know where to go. See, if I would have done that without the wire, this would be flopping everywhere right now. And you know, you need something stable to hold it in. All right. So what I'm going to try to be very careful is not to touch anything that I painted already. Because once it starts flopping around, then you know it's really hard to work around something that's constantly moving. You know what I mean? So you want something a little bit stable to be holding it. It's not a very thick wire, but you know, it's doing its job. So that's why I put the wire there. I actually watched videos of these guys, you know, sculpting figures with clay. Ace of Clay is one of the guys that I watch. He's pretty good. There's a couple other ones out there, and they make like really cool characters and figures and stuff like that with clay. And you know, I was watching, and they use a lot of wire armature to make their figures. You know, and you know, you always need something stable to work on. All right. So now what I'm going to do, even if you have to add like a little bit, you just add it, but just you go adding it in. I'm going to start sculpting and start forming it. All right, so I want to put a little bit more on that base, and then what I'll do is I'll smooth it out. I think that's pretty good right there. Just a good start. Let me see what we get out of this. I don't know. It might look like crap. I might want to come down a little lower. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it comes out, guys. This is trial and error right here. It's the first time I ever did something like this. But wait, let me go this way. Let me try to. I think I might have to cut this a little shorter, to be honest with you. I think it's a little too long. I'm not digging it this long. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a little bit of a problem here trying to do this. I think she needs to go thicker. Well, I'm trying to follow what I have in there now. If I do it shorter, let's see. I think that's how I'm gonna keep it right there. I'm trying to see. I'll leave it like that. Curved in a little bit longer, a little more. I mean, put a little bit of putty there. I think I like that better. Maybe we'll leave it. Alright. So right now I just want to start giving it just the form first before I start sculpting. So let's get the form in. Get a better, smoother transition here. Right now it looks like crap, right? Well, let's see where we get. We get closer to the end of this. This also makes it a little bit, this liquid here makes it easier to work with. And it's a little bit workable with the tools. You know, once you start putting your hand in there, then that's a different story. Alright, here. Yes, I'm not happy with that transition right there. It's a little thick here, but we can bring that down a little bit. That's where it needs to go. Just got crazy here. Now, the guy that does a great job with this kind of stuff like this is Vince Vale Customs. He just goes in there and just like totally changes his characters. Like he totally mods like those sideshow or whatever other sculptures and stuff like that. And he totally goes from a girl with long short hair to long hair with some crazy outfits and you name it, man. You got to go on there and see exactly what. Like he just got a kit just now recently, and he's looking to do this crazy mod to it. I was watching his channel the other day, and incredible what he does with his stuff. He's a modder, you know. He's a total modder, man. He can mod it, you know. And he's doing a lot of stuff for customers. He does stuff for him. I guess I'm assuming he does stuff for himself and he keeps it. You know, sometimes he has sales on eBay or whatever. He's got a Patreon now, so I'm assuming that his Patreons get first dibs on it. But if not, he'll put it on eBay and he'll sell his stuff. So you might see some of his stuff on there. But he's got an amazing talent. Just the way he just converts everything. It amazes me. See, I'm smoothing this stuff out. I'm not sculpting anything in there yet because I want to get the form in there yet first, and then we'll get into sculpting the hairlines in. Right now, what I'm trying to do is smooth everything out and get the shape of the what I want from this hair. See, like I think it should curve in a little bit more. We'll smooth that out. I'm using a pointy tip. Okay. So, you know, I have done repairs with this stuff before, but not like a shape like this. So this is new to me. So bear with me, guys, because I'm learning as I'm going along here too with you guys. So now I'm going to start pushing down and trying to smooth out some of these bumps. And just get some more putty in there. Yeah, I think I'm going to need a little more putty in that. Or let me try to smooth this out a little bit here. See, what I'm trying to do is just push material in there. There you go. That's a lot better. Alright. So like I said, I'm gonna save this piece of video that I'm doing here. This is not gonna be, hopefully it's not gonna be that long. And I'm gonna attach it to the next, which is gonna be finish painting her, and hopefully starting with the saber-toothed cat. So, all right. So this is gonna be part of that. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. This part right here is really hard. I don't know why. Alright. You see what I'm doing here, right? Is I'm thinning it out. I might take a little of the excess out of here. This droopiness over here. And all I'm doing is just pushing the material forward so I can thin it out and get rid of some of the excess. Like right there on the tip. We're gonna need a knife for that. I think I need a knife for that. Where's my knife? There it is. You know what? Let me try this real quick. There we go. Something a little stiffer. I think I need in there, just to get the stuff out that I want. Let's scrape it. There you go. Scrape this crap out. It's an older blade anyway, so. There's a hook from the hair. Smooth this out. I'm thinking that a little bit better now. This part is a little thick over here. There's a little piece right there. This needs to come down. It's too much material here. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll sand tomorrow and prime it, and then we'll continue the video the next day, and then hopefully should be done in a couple of days. Just kind of hoping. I got a lot of work coming up as far as painting kits, because I'm gonna do another video this week or the next few days on a upcoming show that's coming here in this area. And I'm going to talk about it, and I think I'm going to participate in it. It's nothing big. It's not a big show or anything like that. But, to try to get the word out, I'm going to bring a couple kits, and I'm going to do a little segment here about information about the show, so stay tuned for that. I don't have all the information on it right now. I do have some of it, but I do need to get some more information. I just want to make sure that I got all the right info before I give it out to you guys. I want to. And I was speaking with somebody from Europe. You guys are gonna find out more about that too soon. And the gentleman was telling me, and I seen it happening here too. And the reason why is that a lot of these shows, these modeling shows for all different types of modeling shows, a lot of them, didn't come around after COVID. And some of them shut down for good. And that's sad because, you had some small ones and some big ones that have not come around since COVID. And it's kind of sad because, I just started getting into the hobby, and I was kind of hoping to get into a couple of them in my area. But one of the big ones that was here, Jersey Fest, they haven't done it in 2 years. 3 years maybe. I'm not sure when was the last one. But that was the biggest, sci-fi, horror, fantasy modeling show in this area. Garage kits and the whole thing, and I don't know of any other than Wonderfest in Kentucky. I don't know any other big one like that in the area, to be honest with you. And it's sad because, shows like that are important for people like us, They want to show their stuff. And I'm going to go and do the show, and I'm not going to do it with the anticipation I'm going to win anything. This is mostly for, if I win, I win. Don't get me wrong, but it's more to help out, to get the word out, and to try to hopefully this show will take over for the other one that's been missing, and people show up with some kits for the hobby for the model competition, And that'll be really cool. That'll be really nice if people showed up and did that. If you guys are in the area, hey, you know what? And you've been painting and stuff, just don't be shy. I'm not saying that I'm, like I said to you guys before, I'm not a pro painter or anything like that. I'll bring my stuff out, get a feel. Maybe I could get some good critiques out there, to help me out to try to get better, from people, which are really, really cool, from the pros and stuff like that. And you get to meet people, you get to meet people, get to meet new people. It could be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So I'll bring more information on that the next. I'll do a separate video for that. Might add something else to it, to the video, but it'll be short and with information and that kind of stuff. And maybe hopefully people will join us in this this little project. All right, look. I'm actually not. It's not that bad. All right. Could be worse, right? So I'm gonna do a little sculpting now. Okay, so let me try this one. And start following the hairlines in there. They're gonna need something a little stronger than that. Let's see what we got here. It's too big. Maybe this one. Yeah, let's try that. Get excess, take it out. Just follow the line. Just carve some hair in there. Okay. Okay. Still very wet, so. But I want to do it now before it gets too hard. Okay. The one end of these little sculpting tools got like a little burr in it, and it'll carve out. It'll scratch that surface. Okay, but you gotta make sure you clean it off every time you go in there. Alright. And at the same time, what I'm doing is I'm kind of trying to blend in the old with the new. You know what I mean? I'm using that end to soften it up a little bit. There we go. I'm not a sculptor. There's the hairline right there. Just carve it out. So, there you go. Just carve it out. It's a little too deep. Alright, so here's some big ones. Alright. See this one right here. With the sanding sponge, you see like these lifting areas that I lifted with as I'm carving up. You can smooth that out once it dries, but I want to try to do it now where it's too wet, because then you flatten it out. The liquid is still it's doing its thing. It's still wet, but I don't want to go in there, and I think it's making it easier for me to just carve. I don't want to go in there with the sponge yet, and well, it's still wet. I got a smaller one here. I got one for doing these over here. Yep, there you go. Just carve that out. Gotta remember not to grab her from the hair no more, like I used to grab her to paint and stuff. So I don't want to ruin it. But we're almost done with her, which is good. That's a good part. She's almost done. So we'll finish it off. Once she's done here, because this was bothering me. I don't know if you guys can tell. I said I wasn't gonna do this until after I was done with everything else, but I was looking at it, and it's just one of those things, you know. It's just like, you know, it's just bugging the crap out of me. So I had to go in there and do it. So right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to clean up some of these edges. That's pretty much it right there, guys. They're going to leave her like that. I don't want to mess with her too much. You know what I mean? Where I'm going to start making more of a mess than anything else. I'm just carving out and fixing this little problem that we had here. Just trying to make it look like it was part of it the whole time. You can smooth it out, you know. After it dries, if you want to go back in there and put a little more putty, you can. And you can smooth it out if you think you need more in a different area, or if you need to, if you need to take some out, you can carve it out. But you know, then you're gonna have to retouch up the hairlines, and you're gonna have to do that with something a little bit harder than what we're using right now. So that I needed to smooth out and give it a better curvature. I'll put the lines back in there if I have to. That looks good. Wet that a little bit. There we go. The save stuff works really nice. I don't want to mess with it no more. See, you can see those rough spots? I can smooth those out later on. That's it right there. It's a repair. Alright. Hopefully once you paint it, the hair is black. The other thing is nice is the hair is black. So it's going to hide a lot of it, hopefully. Alright. But that's it for right there for now, guys. So I'm going to pause. I should come back tomorrow, hopefully, and continue. Okay? And we'll finish that off. She's looking good. I like the color on her. You see how it got toned down when I put the highlights on? It got toned down a little bit once I put the clear coat on. I like it. Okay, guys, so I'm going to leave her here. Let her dry up. And tomorrow's another day. Time lapse on the video, I'm going to be coming right back, but again, you know, it's got to dry overnight. When I come back, it'll be another day, and we're going to be cleaning that up and painting it. Okay? So have yourself a good night for now, and then I'll see you later on. Okay, welcome back. We're going to start painting the face. Alright, so last night what I did is I finished cleaning this up and sanded and then primed it. And I was going to start painting last night, but I just didn't wanted to let the primer cure first. So we're going to start today, and today I'm going to finish painting her at least. Okay, and then we'll jump into the leopards. All right. So let me get these two guys out of the way, and we'll start painting them a little later. And looking at the picture, basically her facial features are the eyebrows, the hair, the eye line on her eyes. They're all black. Okay. Very dark, very black. Like around their eyes and stuff. So I'm gonna have to get very close to that. So my head might be in the way, I apologize for that because I got to get really close. So, let's start working with that. And I'll start trying to get as close as possible. You guys can see. I'll focus a little better. Give me a sec. And we'll start painting that. Let's try to get her done today. Alright, so I have just regular black from Vallejo. Okay. So mix it really good. You gotta mix these paints really good. I got a little bit of water here too, so I can mix my brush and get in there with the fine details. I keep on checking back and forth. Let me minimize this a little bit. Make 2 windows here so I can take a look at what I'm doing. And see a little bit better what I want to do. Now her lips are going to be like a dark violet color. Okay. And for her bikini is going to be like a really dark brown. So I'm probably going to not do black, but I'm going to do like a black brown on and then just highlight my way up a little bit on the fur and stuff like that. All right, but let's start off with the face, and then we'll move on with the rest of the body. Now, you see these 2 little balls that come in? They look like earlobes, but I don't think they are. They just it's red on the picture and the other paintings that I see. It must be like maybe like an earring or some kind of decoration or something like that they put on. So that's what we're gonna go with. It's gonna be like a red color, which is nice because it breaks up all the other stuff a little bit. So I'm gonna put a little bit of black here to get started. And I'm going to go with a nice fine brush to get in there and do these. Alright. Start off with the, got an Artist Opus #1. Alright, if you guys are wondering. As long as you can have a big brush and have a nice good point on it, and it still does the job very well. Just it's going to hold a lot more paint, so you got to be careful, but So, let me try and see. If I'm going to do the eyes, I think I should put the white in. Not the white, but like an off-white. And let me get my color for that. I use white sands. Usually for the whites for the eyes. It's not that white. It's got a little bit of a. It's got a little it's like a grayish tone to it maybe. It's not as white as start. You don't want to go white on the eyes. You can go a little bit gray, like a very light gray. This color usually works very well for me. Okay. Put a little water in the brush. Get it down a little bit here. I'm not using a lot. Put a little bit of water there. I could use a wet palette, but I'll have to change everything on the wet palette right now to do this. So I'm just not using. I'm not going to be using it a lot. So this is fine right now, right here for now. Alright, so I'm going to get in there and paint the white. Put some color in there, spread it out. And then we'll do an outline of the black in there. It's a very small figure, so. I'm not using stickers this time, alright? I'm going to try to paint it. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to show you what I do later on. But I'm not going to do stickers. It's very kind of not cartoony, but it's a painting. So don't forget it's a painting. Now you can go realistic if you want. I'm just showing you. I'm just trying to go. I'm not doing exactly as the painting, but I'm gonna try to get as close as I can. Try to make it look like somewhat like a Frazetta piece. So dog needs to go out. She's coming upstairs. I can hear her. Yeah, here she is. She can wait a little bit. She's fine. She's a good dog. If I go over this a little bit, I'm not too worried about it right now. So I'm going to go in with black later on and do the outline. So if I go over, I'm not too worried about it, because the outlining eyes on the character are very well defined with black. Okay, so if you look at a picture, if you pull the picture up right now as I'm doing this, so you have an idea, or I'll put a picture up and you'll see how the eyes are outlined. So let me get a little more in the corner over here. There we go. That's better. Looks more like an eye now. Yeah, her eyes are very well defined with black. So that's what I'm going for. So, but that's going to be towards a little later. I'm just going to put the white in there, just so I have an idea what I'm working with here. Maybe I'll do a little makeup touch up here and give it a little more color underneath the eye. Maybe like give her like a little bit of violet color, lightly like purple. Get some color in there, and a little bit maybe a rose in the cheeks and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't think I'm going to go too much more detail as far as I think I'm really happy where she's at right now. So we're going to glaze a little bit of color maybe later on into her underneath the eyebrow and do a little bit of the cheeks, just to give a little bit of life in the face. Okay, I think I'm happy there. Like I said, I'm not too worried about going over. The dog is going crazy for some reason. So I'm not too worried about going over the lines right now. Okay, that's what I got so far. So now next I'm going to move into the hair with the black. Alright. And maybe do the eyebrows. I'm going to have to get really close with the brush to do the eyes. So I might have to pull away a little bit and get my head in there just to get it in there. And I apologize. I'll see if I can get the camera pointed to what I'm doing, if I can get it in there. But I'll do the best that I can. But I apologize if I don't, because I got to get real close. I'm gonna have to use my optivisor for that too. To get a little more in there. The kid's smaller, so it's gonna take a little bit more work. Excuse me. So let's do the eyebrows and then let's do the hair. Let's just paint in the hair so this way I can go out and spray. The top part will be done, and then after that we'll move into this, and then the final will do the outline of the eyes. How's that? We'll work it that way. Alright, so let me get a little focus there. Sorry about that. I'll try to bring the kit a little closer too while I'm painting, so you guys have an idea. What's really not much to it. Oh, I put black down already. All right. It's not much to it. Just painting. Get a bigger brush for the hair. Then we'll get a little closer. We'll use a smaller one to do the details. All right. So just put a little water in there. Get some black out here. Get it flowing a little bit. Okay. And start brushing. Now hopefully, this. I'm really happy the way that came out. I mean, it's as good as it's going to get right now. As far as that, and I think I did an okay job for not being a sculptor. So, but hey, you know what? The way it came out, I think I'm pretty happy. It could have been a lot worse. I did this a little bit bigger than what it was. Frazetta's has a little bit more hook and a little bit more hair, fine hair coming out, but you know, it would be a difficult thing to do to imitate. So, I did the best I could with what I had. So, and my knowledge as far as that stuff goes. So, I think I did okay fixing that. I think it could have been worse. Something else could have been broken, which I'm happy it didn't. Like a hand or something like that. So the hair is very, very dark in everything that I'm looking at. But I'm thinking I'm gonna add a little bit of highlights to it, like in the higher parts, just to give it a little bit of you know, a little bit of breakup and stuff. So I don't know how this black is just gonna look, just plain black. I don't think it's gonna look right, to be honest with you. So I think I'm gonna have to add some highlights to it. I think I should. Let's see how it comes out once it dries and once I spray everything down to protect it and everything. Let's see how it looks. Put some in the water. It's a big brush, so you can really spread this out. Yeah, I might have to pause here in a little bit because take care of the dog real quick. Also know that I got somebody coming over, so it'll be for a few minutes. I got a nice delivery yesterday too. I don't want to talk about it too much because I think I might want to do a review on it. Been waiting for it. Very excited that it got here yesterday. If you want to take a peek, go check out Sean Kyle's studios or production on Facebook. Just look him up and see what he's offering out there. I got a bunch of pieces from him previously, and yesterday I got one that I was been waiting for. And let me tell you something, I am so happy. This thing is beautiful. So I think I'm going to do a review on it soon. Maybe after this. And maybe I'll start painting it too. And there's going to be a video with some updates on the channel. And there's a modeling contest going on here in the East Coast, northeast, around Halloween, that I want to talk about. And hopefully get some of you guys to join in and just bring the kids for support. I think I'm going to bring a few kits. I'm thinking anywhere between 2 to 4 kits for it, just to support the show, because I think they're trying to get that the modeling part of it, the show. They want to get that part of the show like going. You know what I mean? Here in the Northeast, we used to have Jersey Fest. It was a big modeling show, sci-fi, horror, all that stuff. And since COVID, a lot of these shows haven't come back, And, that was one of the, besides Wonderfest, Jersey Fest was the other big one. And now there's no other than Wonderfest. I don't know of any other one that's out there. If you guys do, let me know, here in the Northeast or anywhere. But yeah, so, and not just like in the horror and the sci-fi area. I know some military shows have been canceled and they never came back since COVID. Or there was one mini show that they had up here that I haven't seen them around in a long time, unless they moved it. But and I'm hearing like in Europe, like I was speaking to somebody out in Europe, and he was telling me that he was having a hard time selling his kits because he sold strictly in shows, and he did very well doing that. and now he's not because like he was telling me, same thing that's going on here. Is a lot of these shows didn't come back since after COVID, which is a shame, because it's a great place to display your stuff. You mean you got to go in there with an attitude that you're not going to win anything. I mean, or I don't want to say that. What I want to say is that don't go expecting that you're going to win something and come out of there disappointed and not do it again. That's not the point of it either. If you win, that's awesome. If you put the effort into it and everything, and you deserve that prize, awesome, great. Hope you win it. But I'm going basically more to give these guys a little bit of support and to bring some kits for display to make the show a little bit bigger, because I think that's what these guys are trying to do. Since Jersey Fest is not around anymore, maybe these guys can pick up the slack, and that would be great. If people that used to go to Jersey Fest go to this show, and maybe we can make this show a little bit bigger deal as far as the modeling side of it goes. So I'll be talking more about that hopefully in the next video I put up. So stay tuned for that. So I don't know. It's a great place to meet people. And to see what's coming out, see what's out there. Those kinds of things like that. And sometimes they have discounts where you can buy some kits and get a good price on them and things like that. And to get to meet people, man. People that are into this kind of stuff, and you could probably learn. A lot of times on some of these modeling shows, they have classes for different kind of stuff where they teach you how to do things and stuff like that. I know, like Blackheart Models, Blackheart Enterprises. They supply the models, the equipment. They'll sometimes they'll run it with Badger, and they'll supply for the class the paint. You buy the model, you buy the paint, but they'll supply like the airbrushes and this and that, and all the other stuff, and and you go in the class and you learn and you come out with a nice piece. Check them out too. Blackheart Enterprises. Check out their models. They got some big stuff in there. 1-to-1 scale heads and stuff like that, and then you also got minis. They got from the really big stuff to the mini stuff. So check them out. Like I've seen a lot of mini painters painting his stuff lately, which is really cool because exposes the other side of the hobby out to the mini world. Which is I love it. Let me get a cotton swab here ready, just in case I mess up. I can get to it right away. Put a little dinner in there. Just in case I need to clean up because I'm getting a little close here and I don't want to get the black paint on the. Yeah, so if you're interested, I'll do the review and probably put an update for it's Chiller Theater in Jersey, Northwest Jersey. They're in They're going to do the show in one of the hotels in Parsippany. I think it's the Hilton. I'm not 100% sure. I think it is. But it's in Parsippany, New Jersey. If you're near the area, driving distance or whatever, you want to come over, bring a couple kits, that'll be fantastic. I'm sure they would appreciate it. There's a contest. There's prizes. There's sponsors that give out kits and stuff like that for the winners. For what I understand. Stuff like that, and I think it'll be a real fun time, man. And they also for the big winner, they also take in, like you pay like $10 per kit, but I think after the second kit is free. So I'll have an update. You go to their website and they've got all the details up there. The second kit is after the second kit, everything is free. You can put as many kits as you want after that for no charge. So if you want to bring like 10 kits and show them off on the table, then by all means bring them. The more the merrier. So yeah, but they're looking for people to bring their stuff in for support and stuff like that. They're trying to get this thing going, which will be really cool because, like I said, these shows We don't want these shows to disappear, man. You know, and also gives you an idea of what other people are doing, and maybe gives you some idea for new projects in the future and stuff like that. That's coming out really nice. What do you think? All right. I gotta get in there now. You see inside. I'm saying I get my smaller brush and do that. But I just want to make sure that I got with the big brush. I got all the. You see, once you pick the hair, and the tone, the skin tone just kind of like pops up even more. All right. Just makes everything look come together a little bit better. And then once I get the color in the top and the bottom, I think it'll look really, really good. She's getting there. I really like the way this came out. There's no really noticeable area where I think I did a pretty good job blending that in. I'm pretty happy with that. Could have been worse, you know. Could have been a lot worse. Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah, good. And this is looking really nice. I'm really happy the way she keeps coming out. There you go. She's gonna look pretty on the once everything comes together. And you also got to understand too that the two cats are going to be right next to her, and they're going to be like an orangey brownish, different orange tones, two really light tones. So they're going to, bring out a lot more of her color alongside of her too. So and everything's going to come together. So that's why I didn't want to go too tan on her. I can still do it. I can still spray some and give her a little bit more of a golden color and give her just a light color, but I'm really happy where she is right now. I don't even want to mess with it if I don't really have to. I'll see later on once everything comes together, and if I feel like I need to put that in, then I'll do it. But I think I'm pretty happy where she's at right now. And I posted some pictures on Instagram. If you guys, with a work in progress. So if you guys, I'll leave my Instagram link down below, so you guys can go there and check it out if you want. You can tell the pictures are a little bit better than the video, I think. I got a little bit more close-ups and stuff, so. Alright. Let me clean this up real quick. I'm gonna put a little more pink in here. Get this one. I'll use that one again. All right, I gotta get close here, so excuse my head if I'm in the way. Hold on a second. Let me get mine. Where is she? Pulling the optimizer out. I gotta try to find a smaller one. Right now I'm using this one. I'll show you. Yeah, it's big. I saw somebody posted something on a smaller version of one of these, with the interchangeable lenses. They come all different focus levels, which is nice because and also you can adjust it by pushing the lens in and out. All right, and it'll give you a better focus in and out. It also comes with a light, but I've never used the light. But anyway, I gotta find out who posted that one that was lighter. Maybe I'll give it a try, because this one gets a little heavy on your head after a while. It's kind of big, so let's get in there. I hope you guys can see this. I'm not looking at the screen right now, so Yeah, so like I was saying about the show, they're looking for support. So if you guys are available, I think this Halloween weekend, there's information on how to drop off the kit. You can do it at the day of, or or the day before, and just drop it off. I don't live that far from there, so I could just bring it the day of and just do that. I'd rather do that than just leave the kid overnight somewhere. I know they probably secure, but you never know. So it's okay if I go over this earring thing that she has going on there. Because I want to paint that with red, and that's okay. I can cover that up. Just try to get in there. Guys, if you got really bad eyes like me, get yourself an Optivisor, man. They're like a lifesaver, Got a little. There you go. I'm gonna paint that red later on. Alright, good. So we flip her over a little bit. Let's get in here. This is a little watery. Let's put a little more paint. There we go. So excuse me. Let's try with the light on. I never used the light on before. But I'm casting a lot of shadow through the lights with my big head. So let me see how this is gonna work. Hope you can see it. So I'm blocking my big noggin. I'm sorry. So yeah, so just try to get in there with a nice small brush. When I was putting this kit together, I wasn't going to put the head in there, but I was afraid about the fit. I wasn't sure about the fit, that was going to be good or not. It was going to need a lot of, if it was going to need any putty work or anything like that, so I had to glue it on, because the way that I was doing it, it was just not staying still the right way. And I tried to fit it without gluing it, like putting like a glue tack on it, and it wasn't working. It just wasn't fitting right, and the only way it was fitting right if I was putting a little pressure on it. And so I figured, well, heck, let me just glue it, because I didn't want to mess around with it after I got painting everything and then messing around with it later on. So that's why I'm doing it like this now. See, sometimes if you don't have to glue it, and you can get into these nook and crannies without having the piece in the way, that'll be great, because then you can really get in there and get the stuff without disturbing anything else that you painted. But sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to get in there later on like this and just do the best you can without getting any paint on the work that you did. If my head is in the way, I'm sorry. I'm just like not comfortable doing it. There we go. The position on your arm. I got both of my arms on the table to have a better stability on the kit and the brush. All right. That's how I'm trying to get it a little closer to the skin and not the. Okay. I'm just trying to concentrate here a little bit, guys. So excuse me. I want to concentrate. Hope you can see it. I'm trying to keep my head out of the way. See how I try to get in there. I got a little paint on the head. God damn it. Alright, I'm gonna have to get in there with the. Let me finish it up. It's not too bad, but. It's not too bad. There you go. Wasn't too bad. It's like I always have that little cotton swab ready to go. You know what I mean? A little lifesaver sometimes. You know? Alright, I don't want to get too close on that right there. I'm good. Let's get this side over here. Touch this up over here that I missed. See, I'm not too worried about that earring, so I'm keeping the brush a little closer to that side right there. Okay. Alright, so I gotta get in underneath here somewhere. Let me see if I can get in there. Through here. Touching up some pieces that I missed right here. Just real quick while I have the brush out. Just touch it up a little bit. I don't know if I should highlight that or not. This once I spray it, I'll be able to tell a little better if I need to highlight it. I really like the way the black looks. You know, it looks like the painting a little bit more. But we'll see. We'll see once we get there. Right? Let's take one step at a time. I just really like the way it looks. This is very wet right now. It's gonna take a little while to dry. Alright, so that's okay. I can take the dog out while she dries. I'll hit it with the blow dryer real quick. Let me see where we're at. I'm missing. I gotta hit that piece right there, the bottom of her neck. I can see that is gonna drive me crazy. All right, so here I need a little bit here. Okay. Right here. Okay. The other side, you know, it's just it's gonna drive me nuts. All right, let me see what I can do here. I think I got it. This right here needs a little bit. So I'm not hitting with the point, guys. I'm using the side, pretty much the side of the brush. You don't want to ruin a good brush. You know, it's a good brush. I don't want to ruin it by stabbing. You know, you don't want to stab. Oof. Jeez. Top paint on that. Oh, Jesus. What the hell? Okay. Let's. Alright. See? Get to see the mistakes I made live. There you go. Always have those little cotton swabs ready to go. I'm telling you. They're a freaking lifesaver. Alright. Once I painted that black, let me paint this black too. The earring, the other earring. Where's my brush? Yeah, these optimizers, after a while, guys, if you gotta look away once in a while. You know, like look with, without the lens, look away, like to your side of your eyes, and look away. Don't focus too much on that glass, because it can really mess you up. You know, I mean, it does for me. I don't know about anybody else, but I have to. I can't be staring at this through this lens, like all, you know, even when I'm looking for stuff, because it messes my eyes. You, somebody's outside. The dog has a great hearing. Gotta get in there. The reason why I painted that black is because I painted the other one black by accident. I don't know if there was hair, you know. But that's okay. But if I'm going to put the red, I want both sides of the red to look the same. So if the black is going to change the color that you put down, I don't want the both, you know, one to look different than the other. So might as well just use that as a base color, and then paint the red over it. It might come out not as bright red, but a little bit more dull. But that's okay. You know, I'm okay with that. So I didn't want to put too bright of a red in there anyway. All right, so let me clean this one real quick. All right, so I'm gonna let her dry. I'm gonna walk the dog out real quick, and then I'll be back. Let me clean this up real quick. Hold on, before we go. Let me clean one. And let me see what she walk her outside. I was kind of hoping that the person that was coming came, and then I do kill two birds with one stone, but that's okay. She's looking really pretty. I like this. So I'm gonna let it dry. When I come back, maybe I'll spray her down. And but it's still very wet. I don't want to spray while it's still wet. Just remember, guys, that oh, I missed a spot right here. Just remember, guys, you can't spray the top coat if the paint is wet, because it'll mess up your painting. It'll totally mess it up, and you're gonna be so angry that you're gonna have to start all over again. And you don't want to do that, and I don't want to see you going through that. So Make sure that it's really dry, and when I come back, if I have to hit it with the hair dryer, I'll do that, just so we can keep on going. If not, I'll just start with the blouse. No big deal. With the bra, I mean, and the bikini. I just want to get a little more color in there. Seems like it needs it. No, it's drying a little. You can see still some of the primer coming through some of the areas. Alright, so let's just put another coat on real quick. And then we'll let it dry really good, and I'll come back and we'll keep on going. Right. Finish off this black. A little bit of side there. I hope you guys are learning something. I really do. And I hope you're enjoying it. Watching as much as I'm enjoying painting this, because I'm really having a lot of fun painting her. Even with the accidents that I had and all that stuff like that, it's okay. It is what it is. You know, it's part of the hobby. You know, sometimes things are going to happen like that. Sometimes you're going to get a kit that comes in messed up, you know, from shipping or whatever. And, you know, if you can fix it, great, you know. If not, you know, then it is what it is, but, you know. I had stuff coming all busted because UPS, like, you know, decided to just use it as a doormat or something, you know. Totally destroy the box, and stuff comes in all messed up, and it's not the shipper's fault, you know. It's the carrier. Alright. Okay, so we clean this brush. Makes a difference, right? Black, the hair, painted. Okay, I'm gonna pause, log out, come back, let it this dry, and then hopefully we'll be able to continue. Alright, so I did not spray her because she's still a little wet and I don't want to mess it up. So what I'm going to do now, I want to paint the bikini and maybe the spear, the part of the spear here. I'm not going to glue anything on there now yet, but I want to get at least some color on this here. So I'm going to start off with I have here a dark color for the base for both. Chocolate German black brown from Vallejo. Okay. So let me put some of that down. I'm gonna start working on that. So I'm going to use a different brush this time. This one away. And let me go with a little bit of flatter brush this time. Alright. Get some water. Then I'll switch brushes once I need to get into close to the edges and stuff like that. But let me just try putting some color down. So black brown. And this is going to be the base. And then we'll just highlight a little bit with lighter colors. Okay. just to get some highlights in this. She does have some highlights in the picture. Let me get a good one up. There's so many different variations of the picture that's not even funny. So I'll try to find the best one I can. Just so I can get different ideas. I'll put up a couple of different ones up on the screen. There you go. So I have an idea what I need to work with. That's all. Sorry about the background noise. It's hot today. I got everything going on up here. Air conditioner, fan, all that. Otherwise it would be a little unbearable to work up here for me. So, sorry about that. It gets very hot up here. I'm like my house is like 5 levels. I'm at the 4th level right now. And all the heat rises and stuff, so it gets pretty warm up here. My central air doesn't get up here, so I have to use the window unit. Using this small little flat brush just to get in there. It gets you close to the edges. All right. Very small. It's a cheap brush that I'm using right now, guys. I bought like a whole pack of these different brushes. Came from Hobby Lobby, and you know, they work. You know, for this kind of work, it does a good job. You know, you can get really close to the edge. Thin it down a little bit. I don't want it too thick, but not too runny either. I don't want it to run into the skin. See how I turn the figure whenever I want to work on a certain area? Just get it to where you're comfortable working. Turn it. Gotta work on the straps with a smaller brush, but let me get in here. One boob done. Sorry if I'm not talking. I'm trying to concentrate. My dog is running away from the vacuum cleaner. I got one of those robot vacuum cleaners. He's scared of it. She's up here now. I'll get that with the smaller brush. Let me get the other side over here. Turn in a minute. Get close here. Be a little nerve-wracking when you have to get that close, you know, to skin. So take your time and just go inch in a little bit at a time. That's how I'm doing it. You see, you watching me doing this. Hopefully, you can see how I'm going about it. I'm just inching in just a little bit at a time. There we go. And make sure you get the in there. Covered up. Just a little bit more on this side. I don't know if you can see that. I'm blocking your view. See underneath the bra, that part. It's a little hard to get to, so apologize if I'm blocking your view. Doing the best I can. I'm just inching in, you know, just a little bit at a time. I think that's done right there. There you go. Look at that with a small brush. I don't want to mess with that. Here, let me do that now. See, the hair is still wet. It's still wet in some areas right here. In the back right there. I don't know if you guys can tell. Right in there. See? So you don't want to spray while the hair is still wet. Because it'll mess up your paint job. You don't have to start all over again, you know? Just give it a time, it'll dry up. If not, you use a hair dryer, or if not, just wait. You know, just wait till it dries. Okay. You see, when I'm trying to get closer, I'm doing these little fine lines just to make it look like fur. A little bit too much, huh? Just make it look like fur, but a little too far. There you go. A little fur might be sticking out or whatever, but don't do like I just did. There you go. Bristle's a little long there. Let's get that edge in there. You can give it like that little effect a little bit, just a couple hairs, you know, here and there. I need something different. This is way too fine for me. You want to be here all freaking day doing this. Alright, there we go. I have to hit that a little bit right there. Touch up some of these areas here. There you go. Just touch up some of these areas that I missed right there, just to make it look uniform. Right there. And this side, just a little bit. Right there. I don't do it now, I'll forget probably later on, and it's gonna drive me crazy. This is gonna take me way too long right there. Let's do that. Makes such a difference. You start putting the other colors down, and everything's starting to blend in together. You know what I mean? It's coming out really good. Such a difference. So once I'm done with this color, then I'm gonna let it dry, then we'll seal it, and then we'll come back and finish up the bottom. And see, I got my hands everywhere right now, and if I paint the bottom, I'm afraid I'm gonna be touching everything else, so I don't want to do that. Alright. So excuse me. So I don't want to keep on touching like painted areas without being protected first. So then you're going to start pulling paint out. You don't want to do that. You've been doing all this hard work and touching wet paint and getting it all over the place, you know what I mean? So just take your time. Excuse me. Just want to make sure that I'm getting the right area, that's all. I have a little bit of stronger light on this side over here and to my right, but if I bring it in too close, then it's too bright for me. I don't know, it's weird. So, you know, just I think I'm going to do it with a bigger brush. Get that wet a little bit so I can get on with the show. This is a bigger piece. I really like that flat brush because you can get in really close with it, which is nice, you know. I'll do this real quick here. Like this little flat brush. Get right up to the edges on that. See, I have my hand already on that, on the finger without noticing it. That's why I need to protect this as soon as I can. So I don't want to get any paint on anything. So everything's coming out pretty good right now, so I don't want to mess it up. So you gotta be careful where you put your hand, where you put your fingers. You know, just do what you have to do and then protect it. Oh, shit. Alright. I'll be right back. Crap. Alright. Okay. Let's continue. Sorry about that. Alright, good. I wasn't gone for that long, so. Excuse me. I can always mask some of this stuff up, and like I said, if I want to go with that golden toner, I can still do that. Just masking it is going to be a pain, but you know, like I said, once you put the color down and everything starts to blend together, I really like the way she looks right now. Okay. Hopefully you guys like it too. I think she's looking really good. Toner, skin, and everything. Excuse me. To thin this a little bit, I just using just regular water, guys. Well, regular water. I usually use bottled water for everything. And like I think I said this before, I have very hard water here. And I don't know what kind of effect that's going to have on the paint. So I use bottled water. I usually have like a bottle of water up here anyway. But I use bottled water because of that. I don't know what kind of effect the hard water is going to have on my paint. So I tend to, that's what I do. And I use the bottled water to thin it out because somebody was saying like the stuff that all the chemicals they put in because of the hard water and everything, city water, you know, we don't drink it. We use bottled water for everything. And to put a whole house water purification system right now, I can't afford it. So, you know, we use bottled water for everything. You know, eventually I'm going to have to put one in because it does mess up your pipes and everything. So that's down the line. You know, we just bought this house like now a couple of years ago. And I did a lot of work to it already, but that's a little costly expense for me. So, you know, eventually, when the time comes, I'll do that. But like, yeah, like the hard water it's horrible over here. You know, you take a shower, it's like it dries up your skin and all that crap. So, you know. So eventually, I would love to get that because my wife complains about the. You know, I could tell the difference too when you take a shower. You dry your hair, your body gets very dry and itchy, and you know. So. Yeah, so I can talk all day. um, Try to keep it interesting. Like I said before, stay tuned to the channel. There's a lot of interesting stuff coming up. I don't want to give too much away. So, but stay tuned because I will be putting up some information on all that stuff. Probably, hopefully, in the update, I'll be able to give up a lot of information on the. Well, we did talk a little bit about the modeling contest, but there's other stuff that I want to go over. I'll hit that with the smaller brush, and you know, and hopefully you guys. I think you guys will really enjoy it once you find out what it is. And so stay tuned. Stay tuned. Hit the subscribe button, the little bell, and we'll let you know when that comes up. You know, guys, I'm not in for this for the money. So subscribe. You know, for if you want to find out more. You know, I use like the channels that I follow. I use them as tools. You know, to learn new things and stuff like that. So it's not a bad idea to keep on if you're gonna follow the channel. You know, to keep up to date with the stuff that comes out. You know, I'm going to try to put up new kits every, you know, I got to understand that I have, you know, I'm very busy. I have a very busy job, very busy, you know, life, you know, my kid, my wife and everything, you know, sports and all that stuff like that. And, so, you know, those things keep me busy throughout the day and everything. So I come up here whenever I get a chance. So I don't come up here every day to do this. If I, you know, I wish I could. Maybe that'll be in my retirement. But, you know, when I do come up here, I try to get the most out of it. You know, I come up here and I have fun, you know. You know, YouTube. A lot of times when I paint up here on YouTube stuff, you know, I'll have a YouTube on with somebody's channel up that I'm following and see what they're up to. You know, and see what new things are out there and things like that. Always learn something new. And Red Dragon Model Works, I mentioned them before, every Saturday, or you know, we got a pretty busy lineup all the way till Christmas, and hit his channel. I mentioned him before. We've been painting live on his channel every Saturday, just about. So if you want to follow us there, you know, I'm there. You know, I wasn't there for one of the classes because I had a wedding, but you know, I'll try to be there. You know, if you guys want to drop in and chit chat or whatever, you know, and see what we're doing and what we're up to. But you know, we're painting. You know, between the group, we pick a kit and we go for it. You know what I mean? So right now we're still working on that Conquistador, the for Halloween theme that we picked, and we're almost done with that. We did a lot of it done last Saturday. Some of the guys in the group just still trying to catch up. You know, everybody's busy. You know, with private life, whatever. So whenever they can get on, they get on. But we got a pretty good turnout. Quite a few people were following the other day. So everybody's welcome. Drop a question in the chat. You know, Gilbert or you know, anybody there can answer the question if they know what it is or whatever, or what the topic is, all that stuff like that. And you know, some guys been trying some new things, and I learned some new things. Gilbert is a great painter. You know, that's another source for you guys to learn. You know, and for me, I learn stuff. I learn stuff all the time. You know, I tell you guys all the time. You know, use your resources that you have. Go out there and learn. That was tough. Those edges right there. They were not easy, but it came out nice. I like that. I'm getting there with the color. All right, just getting there. Starting to look really good. I'm really happy the way she's coming out. If you go to my Instagram, which I'm going to leave a link later on for this, I have a Conan France. I don't think it's a Francetta painting, but it's Francetta-ish up there, and that's the kind of tone of skin that I was trying to go for. You know, that outdoorsy tanning. You know, you're outdoors a lot. You know, so you get that tone. I think I hit it pretty well with that guy, with that Conan. He's fighting a snake, and I hit that with the smaller brush. And I'm really happy the way that guy came out. And I did that one. I printed that one out. That was a 3D print, and I printed him out with when I had my original Mars, the real small one, the original one. And it was a small print. It wasn't that big, but it was a lot of fun to paint. I really had a ball painting that one. You know, but I do want to print him out in the larger size if I can. I got a Saturn now, so probably hit that with my hand. I got the paint now. You know, I'm gonna go over it. See, I think I'm gonna want to protect this soon. So as soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna go and maybe even before that, because I'm putting my hands on everywhere now. So some areas I'm going to need the small brush, but like I really like this flat brush because you can really, it's small and you can really get in there. You know? I have to take the time to clean my brushes too. Got a bunch of brushes that need to be cleaned. You know, that's the one thing you want to do, guys, is clean your brushes. Like those small areas, I'm gonna have to hit with the smaller brush. I don't want to get in too close on that. Same thing over here in the crotch area. We're getting there. Excuse me for a second. I just saw a spot that I missed here on the bra, and I need to get in there, and I can't do it right where the camera is, so just give me one sec. It's gonna drive me crazy if I don't get it. I just touched up this area right here on her bra, right in there. And I just spotted it when I was turning the figure around, and I wasn't able to get in there. So, you know. So. Hold on a second. I got the same thing going on with the panty, but I got the spear in the way, and then I want to hit the hand. So give me one second. I'll show you where I went. To get it really close to me. That's why I can't do it with the camera in the way. Hit that spot right there between the staff and the panty. I couldn't do it from here, so I had to get a little close, and I apologize for that. All right, so let me clean up this one, and then we get the small one. I'll try to get into those little areas that I need to get into. All right. Something stuck on the brush. There you go. All right. There. There's really an actual space there between this and here and the skin. So just be careful you don't get that skin, because it's gonna look like crap. You know, there's actually like a gap in there. We can probably get the brush right through it, but you know, you don't want to get paint on the skin. So just be careful there. There we go. All these details, they take a little time, guys. I apologize, you know. But you know, Now the paint is drying, things are popping up that the little things that are gonna drive me crazy. So let me get in there and fix those. All right. So you don't get that glare, back. Things starting to go flat, So things are gonna pop up. And I missed that whole piece right there. All right. She looks like Rogue with those white eyes like that, Every time I take a look at her, that's what she reminds me of. Ugh. Got some paint on there. I wanna. There we go. Let's finish the back up. See how I'm just inching in. I'm starting from the inside, but then I work my way out a little bit at a time. And if you don't get it the first try, that's fine. Just this way you don't go over the skin. Just like start in the inside and work your way out until you get to that edge, and you get a good edge on the paint where the fabric or the material meets the skin. See how I started at the outside edge and then I work my way in? There you go. Okay. Get that booty done. Sorry, you're gonna have to get a little closer. finishing is good. There you go. I need to protect her. Spray her down before I continue with anything else. If I have to come back and touch it up, then we shall do that. But at least she'll be protected, and I'll be able to clean things up if I have to a little bit better with the. Let's get that spot right there. That spot right there. I'm gonna let it dry for a little bit. Gotta take care of a couple of things here in the house, and then I'll be back. And she should be dry so I can spray her, and then I'll be back and we'll finish up the eyes and the face and touch up anything that might need to be touched up. Alright. Alright, I'm happy with it. I'm happy the way it's coming out. It looks good. We'll do some highlights and stuff like that on the fur. And stuff like that. Alright, let me pause this. Alright, welcome back, and it's been a day since the last take, so I apologize for that. I had to cut the other video a little short because, well, the other part of the video, I had things to do, so I had to stop doing at that time, but we're back. So let's finish painting her up. Finish up painting the face, maybe highlighting some of the bikini, and then highlighting some of the hair. Alright, because that's I decided. Looking at the pictures, this is like a little bit of highlight, maybe like a little purple, bluish highlight on the hair from the black, and a little bit of highlights on the top parts here, just a little bit, not too much. Maybe give her something up around here on the back side. And there's a couple areas I got to touch up on her, like little areas like in the bikini that are kind of like sticking out that I'm not happy about, but I think I'm going to do that once I'm done with a big part of this, because I'm thinking I'm going to leave the spear for last, just so it's out of the way and I'm not messing around with her too much, and maybe having that stuff break off while we're painting and moving her around with all the other stuff to see how it finish is once I'm done. So I'll finish this spear off at the very end. Everything is already primed and ready to get glued together. The fitting is good, so I just gotta glue it, paint it, and that's it. We're done. So let's get to that. Let's try to finish her up today as far as the face, and highlighting some of this stuff. I want to just dry brush a little bit of color on her top, and dry brush a little bit of highlights on her hair, and finish up the face. I think I'm going to do that last to get in there. Alright, and let's do that now. I sealed her last night when I was done filming. So let me bring this a little closer to get good sound. Get out of the way. There you go. Move the cats over. Got the paint ready to go for that whenever I'm ready. So pretty much just where I left off last night, I'm going to continue today. I just sealed her last night. Before I didn't want to leave it unsealed. So where's my palette? move some of the stuff out of the way. So a little room to work and get this stuff done. Turn this light on. Okay. There we go. Focus a little bit. There we go. Good. Okay, so that's where we're at with her. Okay. So got a bunch of different browns and different colors here that I'm gonna use to finish her off. I got some of the cat colors out already. Some of them, not all of them. I've been looking for different colors to hit that looking for a color here. Hold on a second. Just putting stuff out that I'm going to need for her. Okay. So to highlight the bikini, I'm going to use this color, Flat Earth. Okay, it's got like a nice brown. It's a little bit lighter than what this is, obviously, but I'm just going to dry brush very lightly, like on the top sides and on the top of the bikini here, and that's about it right there. Maybe around here in this area here. Not too much, just a little bit. Don't want to go too crazy. Mix this up a little bit. Not gonna need a lot. Just give it a little bit of highlight. Put those dry brushes out before. I gotta do it. There we go. Got a small one, and then I'm gonna use this one to get in there, smaller areas. All right, so just dab a little bit, and then get rid of most of it on the napkin here. You can use a napkin, or you can use like a little piece of wood. I got some of these leftovers from a paint rack that I had that I don't use anymore. Alright. Test it on the skin. Just very lightly go over the fur where you want to highlight. And then you have to go back on it, you do it again. That wood is sucking up the paint like crazy, so that's probably where all the paint went. There we go. And then if you want to go a little bit lighter, you can do that too. Just make sure whatever you do, don't go over the skin. Do the top part of the boobs. Just a little bit more. I think I want to go a little bit lighter than this. So I'm going to pull out different color to go a little bit lighter than this. Let's put a little bit of water on that. Let's get it moist. You don't want it to go too wet. Get most of that water out. And then go to the paint. Yeah, I definitely think I'm going to go a little lighter than this. Get most of that paint down. Let's see. Yeah, just a little bit lighter. Yep. Alright, let me still hit it with a little bit. Give it like a two-tone, little variation. A little bit of water on that brush. Get it a little wet. It's too wet. Just on some of those high spots, that's it. Do you think that the sun or the light's hitting that area? Just hit those areas, that's it. Don't go too crazy. Alright. That's pretty much it right there. Oh shit. Alright. We get a lighter color here. That's what I was looking for before. Alright, this is English uniform. Okay. Let's see if we can see that. English uniform. It's got like a little hint of yellow in there, tan. Like an ochre. Alright, let's see how that looks. And if you don't like it, you can always brush over and start over again. This should bring out the highlights a little bit better on the top. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm looking for right there. Just a little bit more of a highlight. That's it. That's it. Not too much. Okay. Not too much. Let me bring this in. Alright. Just a little bit. I'm going based on what like I said, there's a ton of different pictures out there. Oh, and I found out who actually made that other kit. Let me find it. Who made the other kit? Who made ARH Studios Collectibles. That kit was going when I guess when it first came out, like $700, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if it's still available. If it's not, if it was like a limited run or something like that. I didn't really research if it was still available, to be honest with you. I saw that it was sold out on Big Bad Toys or something like that. He was selling it. and that's where I saw the price for $700. I'm sure it was priced a little bit higher than what usually, they usually prices are a little bit higher than what they usually come out at. But still, all in all, $700. Then, and if it was a limited run, it's probably worth a lot more than that. So, I don't even want to know. I paid, how much did I pay for this? For a little bit of resin in the file. Which I'm a Patreon, So, how much is that kit? Probably not the same scale. I think it was a quarter scale, but still, man, we're talking about a lot of money, man. You know what I mean? I'm not rich by all means, so $700, that's a lot of money for just a kit. I know people collect that stuff. I'm not knocking them. Some people may have the money to afford to do that, but I don't. So sorry. Let me get back to that. All right, so there it is right there. All right, I've highlighted the panty a little bit. All right. So let me get this back up a little bit. There we go. All right, so I'll leave that alone. Maybe I'll hit the top over here a little bit. Just a little bit. Top of the... See, I'm going against the grain on the fur. This fur is going sideways over here. So this way, just want to highlight the top of the hairs of the fur. And doing the top side, like where the light should be hitting it. So don't do the whole thing. Just do it at the top. Just like that. Alright? And just give it a little bit of highlight. Just against the grain. So you want to just highlight the top of the fur. Seems like I keep on getting rid of a lot of the paint and I'm not getting nothing on there. Let's try it up too quick maybe. I have the fan going. So it's drying my paint too fast. Oh, that's good. That's good. Just a little bit of highlight. Just needs a little bit right here in the bra and the strap. So I can see where the light is hitting. Okay. Alright, so I think the next part we're going to do is let's do the face. Let me clean the brush. Okay. A little bit of airbrush cleaner in there just to clean the brush real good. I have to get in there and clean these brushes with soap and all that, eventually, so I think this one's gonna need it. Alright, so if you look at the picture, it's very cartoony, not cartoony, but it's a painting. Not very highly defined as far as what I see. And then I go to that kit that the guy did, and it's very plain, very black. Same thing with the way Creative Geek he painted his the rendering on his. So what I'm thinking about doing is just going into it black. Just doing black outlines on the eyes, pupil, eyebrows. That's it. Alright. I'm gonna put a picture up here, guys. Excuse me for a second. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is just, you know what I'm going to do? Let me get a new Q-tip. Put a good tip on it. And we're going to do a little cheating. I'll show you what I have and what I have used before to outline and to do stuff like this are these markers, and they come in different sizes. Okay, this is the smallest one I have, so I'm going to try that to do the outline inside the eyes, maybe even the eyebrows and whatever. Let's try and see what happens. You got to let that dry though. Like, I'm going to let it dry overnight before you even spray it, because it'll run on you if it's not dry all the way. Alright, so let's try it. Let's give it a shot. If I have to, I'll go in with the bigger one too. The one, I don't know, we'll see. Yeah. Let's switch. Get these bad boys out. I want you guys to see what I'm doing. You know, I want you guys to see how I mess up. Alright, so we got a good picture. Alright. Okay. So let me make sure this is working. Okay, good. Alright, so basically the picture is very dark. So you can, so what you need to do in there is outline the eye. Excuse me for a second. I want to bring up that picture real quick. And then give her the pupil. Okay? So let's see how this works. Let the marker sit there. I don't think it'll do well. Collecting the ink. The tip is like cut in an angle. You just got to find that right angle in there. And these are very fine tips. No need to put a lot of pressure on it. If I don't like it, oh, guess what? I'll paint over it again. Oh, it's too thick, I think. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. That one came out okay. This one I'm not too crazy about yet. Let's see if we can fix it. She looks a little twitchy. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's okay, I'll paint over it. I have to. Let's see. I think her eyes are a little twitchy. I don't know. So I think I got too much white on it. Turn it upside down here. That's a little too dark on that side. See how this is all sticking out too much. I gotta paint. I gotta have to repaint that. I'm not happy the way it came out. Well, let me do the eyebrows though with this. So I'm gonna have to let it dry anyway before I can paint over it. So it is what it is. You know, the eyebrows are defined. His eyes are so small though. I hate doing eyes, guys. So when I can, I use those transfers. But to do real small eyes is not that good. It's a really pain in the ass, and half the time the stuff breaks off and everything. All right, so it is what it is. You guys see how I make mistakes live. So you live and learn. I don't like the color. I don't like the way that came out at all. Doesn't look right. Looks like shit. It looks like crap. Get it in there. Yeah, I'm not happy with it. Like this eye is more closed than that one, it seems. So, alright. So, we shall fix it. Alright. So let's move on. Let's move on. So I'm thinking about instead of doing the black outline, well, you know what? I can paint that black. Alright, just give me a second. I'm going to try to run the dryer on the hair dryer on this thing real quick. See if it dries. What I'm going to do is paint black and then maybe bring the white in. Introduce the white in and see how that works. Alright, do it backwards. I think that's what I'm going to try to do. So give me a second, I'll be right back. I apologize, I put the black in. I wasn't recording. So I got the white. And I got this little brush. Real fine small little brush. Yeah. Trying to get into whites. Let's see what happens. Trial and error, guys. So I got a little bit of that's too. I can use that, but a little hair in there. I can use that, but that's a little too gray, I think, for my liking. Well, let me see. Let's try it. This. This is a bone white from Vallejo, and this is a white sands. White sands is going to be a little bit lighter. A lot lighter. You can see that. So. Which one? I think the white would be, this one would be two whites. I'm trying to, let me try this one. I can always go over with the lighter color later on. It'll be easier to cover, I guess. You know. This is a little bit thinner too. Alright. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go from the corners in. Alright, and you don't want to go too far in. You know, you're working your ways, you're kind of working backwards now, so. You're just putting in little dots in there. Let's just start working your way in. I could mess this one up too, so bear with me. I hate eyes with a passion. Get a little water on that. What you want to do is put a drop in there in the white in the corner. That's too much, damn it. Alright. Not too bad. So we can imitate that on the other side. This corner is, this eye has a little more of a corner to it, I guess, if you want to call that. There we go. And let's get a little bit more. And get it really in there. Let's try it again. Oh, that one looks really good. Oh, I like that. That looks a lot better. It's not exactly perfect the way that I imagined it, but this is a hell of a lot better and a lot easier to do. So let me fix this one here that I messed up before. It's just too runny, I guess. Not too runny, but it just, yeah, just kind of like, you know, when it got away from me. I could put a little black there to fix that corner right there, and then I think it'll look perfect. Just right that, boom. I don't want to mess with it too much. I gotta fix that right there. Certain things that if I see it, it's gonna bother the crap out of me, and I see it already, so I gotta fix it. I have to go in there and fix that. Right there. Right there. Oh yeah, right there. That's it. That's it. looks so much better, guys. It needs a little bit more. I just can't get in there. I'm just kind of nervous getting in too far and putting in too much paint. You know what I mean? I just want to put just enough in there to cover up. Oh, you son of a bitch. Try this angle right here. That piece is, I can see it when I look at her, and it's driving me crazy. I like that. If I come in with a little bit of black right there, I think she'll be fine. I think I'll do that with the marker too, guys. The marker messed up on the edges of the eye, and it was just too thick to do the edges, and it killed a lot of the white, and it kind of made it look like I don't know, like not right. So I like this method a lot better. So we learned something today. I learned something today. You learned with me, along with me. Try this for small eyes. Alright, so we're going to make this look a little bit better once we get done here. So the dryer worked when for the marker. So that's gonna drive me nuts. I gotta get some paint in there, inside the eye, because right there. And I just don't want to get too much in there. It's gonna look like crap. So maybe I'm gonna have to do this. Here we go. There we go. That's it. Yep, that's it. Yay. That was stressful. That was very stressful. Alright. I really like where that went. Okay, so let me fix this right here. This eye is gonna drive me crazy. If I can get that little bit of black in there right here in this spot, we're done right there. Boom. So I'm going to do little dots and work my way in. Just to round out that eye, you know what I mean? Just to give it more of a form. Kind of even out with the other one. There we go. All I'm doing is just doing little dots and working my way into where I want to go. So I put a little bit too much white, and you know the white ran a little bit on that corner. There we go. Oh, that looks a lot better. Inch it just a little bit more, just to make it even. Oh yeah, come on, that's it. I want to get a close up here real quick. Hold on. So you guys can see what I did. Sorry if I got my big head in the way or causing a shadow. I apologize for that, but I got to get really close for this. I'm happy right there. I'm not going to mess around with it too much. Let me show you close up. Take these off. Whew. These things that drive me crazy. Let me clean my brush. I love these little brushes. They're these cheap little brushes that I bought. I don't remember where I got them from. And they work great. Golden Taklon Mini Liner. These are liner brushes. Alright. And I got, some of them are really long. Those are, and they were cheap. But I had them for like a long time, and I use them for this kind of stuff, and they always give me great results for like really tiny jobs. So if you want to find them, that's the name of it. They're cheap. They come in like a pack of 6 different brushes. Alright, so let me get here. Let me get here with the light. And I'll zoom in. How's that? That's a lot better. That's a hell of a lot better right there. Alright. From what it was, the other it was a disaster. This is a lot better. Alright. You see eyes? Alright. That's a hell of a lot better. Look at that. Let me get in there. Yeah. And the way she's looking is the right view. What she's on the stand. Alright, good. I'm happy with that. So let me highlight the hair. Dry her up then. And she'll be done. Oh no. We have to do the lips. Shoot. Let me do that now. So I got 2 colors here. I got, these are inks. These are Liquitex. This is Muted Pink, and this is like a magenta, so I don't even want to fucking pronounce that because I don't know I'm gonna kill it. So, but this Muted Pink I like to use for like the cheeks, maybe under the eyebrows, but you want to go really light and with a little bit of water. And like you're gonna do glazing, and I want to have 2 brushes going for this. Alright, and I'm gonna show you real quick because you don't want to go overboard on this stuff. Alright, so I got a dry filbert brush to go after, and then let's just get a regular brush and start working it in. Like a small brush, small tip, semi-small tip right there. This one right here I'm going to use. These are another, these are Tidwell brushes. They're kind of like mini and small and things like that. But these are also like liner brushes. I like the liner brushes. They hold paint very well. You can paint all day, and the stuff works pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet the brush. Bring a little paint out here. Test it. See how runny it is like that. You want to do. All you're going to do is glaze. So you're going to put a little bit in, and you're gonna follow through with the filbert. Okay. And you got to be a little bit quick by doing this because you don't want this ink to bite. Because ink bites really fast. So first I'm going to start off doing a little bit of the lips, and then I'm going to do a little bit on the with this color. I'm going to do a little bit underneath the eyebrows, just to give a little bit of color down there, a little shading. if you will. And then we'll see where we're at there. I might want to go with a little bit of work on the cheeks, but I'm not sure. I think I'm going to leave it the way it is because I'm pretty happy the way it is right there in that area. Alright, so let's see what we got. So again, I'm going to do a little bit of glazing. Don't overload your brush. And I'm going to go on the lips. The lips are very dark on the picture. You know, but I want to slowly work it in there. Alright. So that's good. I need to. Alright, so I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to start going into the eyebrows underneath it. Alright, so right under here in this area right here, just a little bit. Just go in there, put a little bit of color, get your filbert brush, and wipe it towards the, nice and gently. Okay, and you're gonna blend it in nice. And just all you want to do is just give it a little bit of a tint. You don't want to, you know what I mean? You're glazing it. There's a lot of water in it on the brush, and all I'm doing is like dabbing it in there. Okay, putting the color in, and then coming with the filbert behind it towards the edges. All right, and all I'm doing is just putting a little color in there. And then take a look, and if you want to do another round, you do another round. You could use another round. Alright, all you're doing is putting a little bit of color. Again, this is not going to be ultra realistic like the other paintings that I did, where we do a lot of that flickering, a lot of the flicking, and then putting all the different tones in there, like the yellows and the blues and stuff. This is more more following the painting, and so I'm trying to keep it. You know, I like that right there. Perfect. All right, so you know I'm following the painting and not going ultra realistic like I did with the other one. So so I'm not gonna do a whole lot of what do you call it? There we go. I like that right there. That's perfect. It gives it just that tone. Okay, I don't got too much over there. If you get a little too much, you can grab a little bit of alcohol and try to remove it. Alright. Is that good? Yeah. Alright. I got like a little spot there that I want to get out. Hold on. Should be coming out with this stuff over here. Not too wet. And what I said, you don't want to get it too wet or there you go. I had a little spot that I did where it was painting yellow. It comes out. Yep. So the cheeks, I'm happy with the cheeks. The cheeks has a little bit of shading from when we did the shading on it, and it doesn't need. I don't want to mess with it. I like it the way it is, and I like the way the eyes underneath the eyes can come out. Just gives it like that little tone of violet in there. So let's go back to the lips. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna try to go in a little bit thicker this time. Okay. You see that? I got the light on it now. There you go. So you guys can see a little better. All I'm doing is I'm glazing that color in there. I think I want to go a little darker than that. Got a little fuzz in there. On the brush. There you go. So wait till it dries a little bit. Then go over it again. There you go. So the color's starting to bite. Don't leave no blobs in there or nothing like that, because that'll dry that way. Make sure you get like a nice even coat on those lips. I like this color. This muted pink or is it muted pink or muted plum? Muted pink. It's good if you want to like if you want to give the nose a little color. When somebody's out in the like a lot of times I do know when I do the ultra realistic, I'll put color underneath the noses, sometimes underneath the eyes, just to give it that depth and color. Then that stuff works pretty good. You just glaze it in there, just put it in and dab it. Just gotta get that bottom lip a little bit more color right there. I like that. That's nice. And nice lips. Look at that. Alright. Just gotta get in there. This part right here needs a little bit. Wait for you to get more paint. Just wet your brush a little bit. Get some of that water out. Get some more paint. And just brush it to the side. Right there. Take some of the excess off and just get in there. There you go. Put that color in there. That's it. And let it dry. Let me get the colors for the hair. Ready? This stuff stays on your brush pretty bad too, so. Hold on a second. I'm gonna put it down for a second. All right. So I need a little black to touch up a couple areas. Okay. And then I'm going to highlight. I have the colors that I want to use for that too. Imperial purple. Alright, that's from the Nocturna set, from the uh, Imperial Purple set. And that's the color that I'm using, Imperial Purple. Alright. So let me hit the, hold on a second. I don't want this one to get ruined. Put this one away. So I don't think I'm going to need it right now. And I don't want this brush to get messed up. Here we go. Apologize for the delay. So I wanted to hit the black first, right? So let me use this brush right here. There's a couple spots that I won't need to touch up on the black before I do anything else. So let's do that first, because I don't want to go after highlight it. And I'm going to use where is it? This is black. This is smoke. All right. So I have smoke, which is like a grayish color. No, you know what? I'm going to use a graphite black. Hold on a second. So let me get this color done here. Okay. Just got to touch up a couple things here. A little water on it. It's a little thick. These areas right here, I noticed that they just need to be touched up a little bit. I guess from handling it, the other day, while it was still wet, they didn't get a good coverage on it. So, and after it dries and you seal it, the stuff will show up. So just go ahead and just brush it. Just go over it. There is one spot where I did get some paint on the skin right here on the arm, and that one need to fix because I did not see that after all the cleanup. And I'll have to touch it up somehow. I think I'm going to use pastels just to go over it, hopefully to cover it up a little bit. It's very where you can't really see it, but I can see it. Alright. So you run the hair dryer in this real quick. Excuse me, hair dryer's on the other side of the room. Still missed a couple spots. I noticed that. See, after it dries, you can see it. Up here. There's a spot right here. Here. clean that up. Hit the dryer again real quick, and then we'll start highlighting it. Alright. Looking for that other black. It's up here somewhere. Alright, give me a second. Yep. Alright, so let me find a color. Graphene gray. Just to highlight a little bit, and then you know what, I'm going to put a little bit of the purple first and then use this maybe to cover up if I go overboard with it. Alright. Because hair is not always, depending on the light, how it hits in, especially the way he used the lighting on his painting. Okay, it's should I use it? No, it's too big. Alright, so and the way the lighting, he uses the lighting on the picture, it's a little bit different on all the different paintings that they have up, or pictures, you know. So some of them come out purple, some of them come out, you know, lighter than that, I guess. I don't know, but you know, I kind of like the purple the way it looked on the front. He had it right around here. And that's just to do a little bit of, put a little bit of color in there. That's it. Let's see how it comes out. And then I used the graphite to do like a couple of these edges here and here, and then, alright. So let's see how this comes out. That doesn't look too bad. It's not very bright, but it's also not very, it doesn't stick out a lot, but you can tell there's a little bit of color in there. I think those go around that. I don't think you guys can see it too much right there. I'm going to go a little bit lighter color. Let me see what else I have. Because I don't think this is popping out like the way I want it. Let me see. Where is it? Where's purple? Let's try purple hex maybe? Purple hex. A little bit lighter. A little bit lighter than that. This is called, this is blueberry. This is, it's Gotta be this one right here. That doesn't look very bright either. Very dark. Let's see what else options we have with this. Witch purple. Alright, so I pulled out a bunch of colors here. Let me see what we're gonna have. Shit, right. Mythos. Alright, so I got the two of the lighter of the purple colors. It's like blue and the bluish. I don't want to go too on the bluish side. So I got these two colors. This is Witch Purple, which is the lighter one of the two. And this is a Mythos. And let me mix up. Let me put a little bit on the palette, see what it looks like. See how dark that looks right there? You guys can see that? I'll bring it up a little bit. That's very dark. That's black, right? So I think this is not sticking out enough. Let's see what this looks like. But I also don't want to go too light. I think that's it right there. Let's try that one first. And now we'll go lighter with the Witch Purple. Let's give it a try. You know, it won't hurt, right? I think I have enough paint on it. Nope. And I even left some paint there just to put some on there to see that's just it. It's the black is just taking it over, you know. I have to go with the lighter blues. It's like a violet vamp lipstick. I'm looking at the colors in the box. It's trying to see what the. Yeah, that's even not like not. It's not that much more. Which is the Witch Purple? No, it's the same color, but there. Oh my God! I was gonna say. I grabbed the same bottle. I was gonna say, what the hell? It's really runny. Come on. Just gotta mix these up really well. Better. I don't know about that. Let's try it. That's really runny. This is not gonna do anything. It's the same shit. The same color. Just we'll leave some paint on there. Just see if it comes out. Maybe. Shows up a little bit better. Not a whole lot. I think I need to go lighter, guys. I'm putting color just like on the extreme edges here. And I don't think you guys can see that. Yeah, that's not enough. It's just not enough. Just not enough. Let's see what we got. Let's look at Violet Vamp. Where's that color? It's like a bluish purple. No, it's just gonna look dark. Even that color is gonna look dark. I need to go really extreme here. Alright. Let me get the lightest one in the palette. Pull the two lightest ones they have and we'll go with that. Here's what it is. Alright. Let me try blueberry. No. Trial and error, fellas. Find the right color. You know, you can't tell by looking at the bottom of the bottle and saying, oh, this is going to look good. I put it on the palette. You could tell pretty much right away once you put it like on a white background. This is Orchid Light. And that might be it right there. And I don't know if I'm going to like that color being the highlight, to be honest with you. So let me finish adding a little bit of this, whatever I have left here. And if it doesn't, if it shows up, it shows up. If it doesn't, it is what it is. I could try something else, but these, I'm limited on colors here. I can mix some of these with, but it's, this is gonna show up. This other one is not. Okay. This is definitely gonna show up. See, there it goes. Do I like it? I don't know yet. Let me see what it looks like. I'll put a little bit of highlight here. Here. Am I on screen? No, I'm not. Alright, so I put some here. I'll put a little bit of here. Just a little bit. A little bit here on this high part of the hair. Here. Let's go here. Here. Alright. See the high points? Put some there. Just give it a little bit of highlight. Not too crazy. Alright. Go a little bit stronger in some areas that you think are the highest points of the hair, or something, wherever, whatever you want to like bring out, and you think it's hitting, the light is hitting in a certain way, and just work with that. Ooh, you know what? I leave it like that. That was the trick. Because some areas it stayed dark, and then some areas, I think maybe because I put the undercoating on it, it came out really nice now that it's popping out. And I kind of like that. I think that looks really hot. I'll take a picture of it, guys, and I'll post it on the Instagram or at the end of this video or something, so you get a better idea what it looks like. Alright, I know the lighting sucks in here, and I apologize for that, but, I mean, it's not that it sucks, it's just that it got the lighting doing a bunch of bouncing different ways here, so. Alright, but look at that. I like that color. That's sticking out. So see, I hit the height areas here, where the light would hit here, just in the front of her hair a little bit, not on the bottom, on the tops, okay? Got that Put a little bit extra on the curls in the front. All right, look at the top of there. And just this side, this bumpy part right here. All right, and I hit this edge right here. There you go. I like that. I want to leave it like that. She's looking really pretty. I'm digging it. The clothes. Alright. So I think I'm going to leave it right there for her. Next video is going to be the leopards, the saber-toothed cats, her little two pets. And like I said, the spear we're going to do at the end. I don't want it to get in the middle of everything here. So I'm going to let her dry overnight. I'm going to top coat it tomorrow. Okay, because I don't want to mess around with those eyes, because, you know, I have that marker in there, and then I just don't want to mess with it. I don't want to spray it and screw that up by accident, you know. Put a lot of work on this already, so. Alright, so I'm happy where she's at. The repair came out pretty good. Not too bad. Okay. See the texture there. I like the colors and everything, how everything is blending in together now. Is it Frosetta-ish? Yeah. Kinda. Okay. I'm happy with it. As long as you're happy with it when you work on it. That's what counts. Alright. She's looking really pretty. Like I said, there's a couple areas that I got to put a little paint in, like in the, you know, on the bikini area and stuff like that. That's okay. You know, I can go in there and just touch it up a little bit later on. Right now, I just want to leave it alone, seal it. Maybe next time when we return, we'll touch up that little mess up that I have right there. You see that? And we'll work on that together before we paint the staff. I keep on saying that. The spear. Okay. There's a couple little areas that I want to touch up. Like, you know, you might see a little right there. That's one of the areas I want to touch up. And things like that. Okay. Just little fine details that we want to finish up. And then the next video we're going to start hitting the saber tooth. And then after that, obviously the base. So I am going to cut it here. I'm going into clean up. Alright. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for hanging out for this long with the repair and everything else that went on, and the mess up with the eyes. But that's part of learning, you know. This is part of, you know, that's why you're here, probably because you want to learn something. You want to see me mess up or something. But that's okay too. But thank you for joining me all the way to the end. And if you did, and I appreciate it. If you hit the bell and the subscribe button and the like, you know, really appreciate it if you could do that for me. And stay tuned, because the next one is coming up soon. Alright. And visit my Instagram, visit my links. You know, like, there's a ton of information that I always share with you guys. There's more stuff coming up soon. Update with the channel, like I said before. So stay tuned for that. And if you want to find out what's coming up and what's going on, I got some good surprises coming up. So, you know, subscribe and hit the bell button. You know, like it, please. And I'll see you next time. I'll post a picture at the end of this video of the process. Okay? Thank you, and have a great day.